Welcome back to another video, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be talking about why is it so difficult to gain rating in World of Warcraft. Um, I've been doing carries. That's pretty much all I've done. This is another carry. This is what I do for my videos, carries. This one's, these are for gold. But pretty much it's kind of how you can expect it to go. And I would say up to about 1700, it starts getting really difficult. You're facing multi-glads, you're high-rated players, and for somebody that's not a gladiator player, it can be very, very difficult. Um, you'll notice during some of these clips, these are the better clips that I have, so these are the easiest games. We did win some longer games, but obviously I'm not going to post those because it's literally like 7 to 8 minute games. That's the normal length of an average game for us. Obviously, this Ret isn't necessarily god tier or nothing, but can keep up with damage, clicks his cooldowns pretty okayly, and it's literally 1700, maybe 1800, max 1900 MMR, which normally would be basic MMR. But this expansion and how it's gone is very bad. Again, same issue I had in the last video, not inflating your MMR or anything like that, automatically ruining the game for everyone else. But at the same time, I'm not too surprised by it. It's been like this again for a very long time. Um, I've done carries for a long time, so I know how difficult it is. And I can't even do a 0 to 1800 carry until like 3 or 4 months in season because it's that hard. Like past 1600, you face multi-rank ones, and that's not a joke. I faced multi-rank ones in 2v2 arena from 1 month to 3 months. This expansion, that is a fact, and it's not just one. You're facing multiple. Past 1600 CR, which is supposedly not even a beginner's rating. Now, obviously, it gets a little bit easier. You know, if you're playing an S tier spec, an S tier comp, you could probably get around 1850 before you start. Probably 1800. You'll probably get 1800 without having really any problems. But past that, then you start facing people that are multi-gladiator players, which there is a big difference between like a 2200 XP player and then a multi-glad player. There's a big difference no matter when they got it. Um, that's just how it goes. Again, these are going to be the games that we won that were quick. That's why the video is literally 10 minutes long. So don't base it off of this video. All you have to do is go Q2s. Go do LFG, Q some twos, get to around 17 to 1800, and you'll see exactly what I mean. Obviously, if you're playing with a friend that's good, it's different. I'm talking about just the average player in the LFG category. I'm not talking about, okay, well, I'm playing with another Glad player. I'm playing with somebody that I've played with before. That's a lot different. I'm talking about 90% of the people that play the game don't have a teammate. It's so hard to find teammates nowadays because nobody new's playing the game. Everybody has their certain team and they won't queue with anybody else. That's just how it is. There's no new people joining the game, which means anybody that wants to play with anybody else, either they already have a team or it's so late during the game where people don't even believe you can get new teammates anymore. I mean, when's the last AWC team that's new, that actually did good? There hasn't been one in a very long time. There will continue. It'll be Peekaboo's team, Sea-Doo's team, and maybe like one other team being able to even compete. Everyone else just gets 5th place and 6th place, and that's pretty much it. That's how it's gone for the last 10, 15 years. So you gotta imagine, if it's like that for pro players, imagine average players. So, the LFG category is terrible. It's a very bad, and when the game's terrible, it ends up making LFG terrible. Again, if you play with LFG players, you understand what I'm saying. If you don't play with LFG, you probably don't know what's going on. But again, you have to personally go in, queue with LFG, and it's even worse in threes. In 2v2 Arena, it's already bad enough. But if you play an S tier spec, you can make it work. If you're not playing an S tier spec in threes past 1800 or 1900, I'd say once you get a 2K CR, you have to be a gladiator level player. Have to. At least 22K through 2100 CR, I would say 24 to 2600 XP, and all three teammates need to be that. Obviously, 2 weeks before the season ends, it's going to be different because that's when everyone's able to actually play the game, and you don't have to face S tier specs. You'll have people trying to actually have fun and playing different categories, variety. There is no variety in the game right now. It's simply, oh, I have to play the S tier comp, or I just lose because this guy's playing a class that can just one shot me 24/7, and I'm playing a class that's not even on the board. That's just how it goes. Um, Again, MMR and rating, that issue would solve a lot of the problems because if you did lose to an S tier comp, eventually, you wouldn't have to beat that comp every time. Like, you could face another comp, beat that team, lose to that other team, and still be able to gain a ton of rating. You wouldn't have to win every game just to gain 20 rating. Um, yeah, that's pretty much kind of the issue with LFG. There's no new people playing. I mean, I went through LFG, especially at night. There's probably 4 groups. Four. That's pretty much what you got to deal with. Now in prime time, there's a little bit more, but everyone's just so picky. It's really insane. Like, cause you need a gladiator level player. You have to. It's just not possible to gain rating past 1800 without a gladiator level player. That's why when you like even when I sign up to people's things, they won't accept me if I'm not playing an S tier spec. Like when I tried to get in groups, that I couldn't get accepted. They even saw my check PvP, wouldn't accept me, and that's me. And they know me. Most people know me, and I might not have a rank 1 title, but I would say I'm probably the best non-rank 1 player in the game right now. For sure, 100%. The best, the number 1 slot for a non-rank 1 player. I would say I am easily top 3. Like non-rank 1 player, obviously. But yeah, that's just me. And most people know me, and I still can't get invited to these groups. But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much how it kind of has been, and it just gets to the point to where you want the game to be good, and you want it to just do the things that you want it to do, but sometimes it just doesn't work. Like they just won't do what you want them to do. It's been so long since I've enjoyed playing WoW to the point where my friends say they're quitting. I don't have any friends. I only have 3 friends out of like the 50 that I play with during Shadowlands time, all the way to know, they all quit. My mage that I used to queue with in the videos in Shadowlands, he's quit. My brother, he's quit. Um, Bill, he's quit. All the people that I play with, they're gone. They don't play the game. Because it's literally that's like the difference between Shadowlands games and these games. And people might think Shadowlands was easy to gain rating, and the truth is it was easy if you were good. Like if you could win 2 games in a row and lose one, you would gain like 35 rating. Now you don't even gain 10 rating. It's like the difference between the rating marshal and when you lost the game and you had MMR, you gained rating. Like it was the most insane fun thing ever. Because it didn't feel like you were losing when you lost, and it didn't feel like you were losing when you won. But ever since Dragonflight, after season 1 of Solo Shuffle, everything just feels bad. It feels like, okay, well, if I don't play at a certain time or queue with certain people, you just can't play the game. And that's kind of just that's just the truth of it. Um, I don't really care for the long queues. If the game was good, I don't mind waiting a 40-minute queue. I really don't. Like, at the end of the day, I would rather the game be good and MMR wise be good and wait through time than anything else. I don't care about the wait times. I just want the game to be good. Like, if I get in a game, I go 3-3, I want to gain 30 rating. Like, went even. You deserve a reward. That's the problem with World of Warcraft. Their reward system is terrible. You don't get rewarded for playing the game. You don't get rewarded for winning. You get rewarded for losing, but in the opposite way of rewarding. In their way, you getting rewarded by losing all your rating because that makes sense to them, obviously. But at the end of the day, it's their game. They can kind of do what they want. It's kind of like Call of Duty in a sense. You don't really believe it'll get good. It's kind of just like it's like a money scam. It's like it's like gambling. You're gambling pretty much. You know that the game's not going to be good, and you still decide to play it, and that's just the truth of it. And that's just because you're addicted. Is that the game's fault? Not really. It's kind of your fault. but still, I'm allowed to complain about the game because I pay for the game. So, if it was free, it would be different. Then I wouldn't be complaining because it's free. I don't have to waste my time farming gold or my own money to pay for a game that hasn't done anything in the last 15 years. But this is just a video talking about what I want to talk about. Again, I literally just do carries. I don't play the game. I don't push the game. If you look at my rating gains, I don't think I have a single character over 2K. I play other accounts for reasons, but for my own personal, I stopped pushing a long time. I couldn't do it anymore. You know, it just got to the point to where pushing just became a chore and it became impossible. A impossible chore. There's no reward system. There's no point of playing. There really isn't. Now I'm farming gold for a reason, and it gives me something to do. But once we're back to working and we're doing stuff, I'm gonna try to keep the uploads going. But again, I don't like WoW. I don't play WoW for fun. I've never played it for fun. It's even in Shadowlands, I'd never technically played it for fun. Now it was funner, so I had a great time playing it back then. But ever since then, it's not been fun once at all. Even when I pushed for 3100 or 3200 in solo shuffle, wasn't fun even a second. It was the most boring thing in life. So just keep that in mind. That's just the facts. The game's never been fun to me. I don't play it because it's a fun game. I play it because it just brings me out of the real world but I'm still allowed to complain about it. But that's pretty much the end of the video. Let me know what you guys thought about this video, and that's pretty much it. In the future, we'll see what we're posting, but otherwise, it's been X, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace, peace.